What's up, YouTube? Chad here with another video beer review, two BJCP specs, and we're on 6A Märzen, which is also known as like the dark copper Oktoberfest beers, not to be confused with 4B, which is fest beer, which we watched the video on that. So anyway, so we're on 6B Märzen German style, so I got actual German beer with a picture of a lady with huge boobs on there. Oktoberfest beer Märzen Dinkelacker. Probably not pronouncing that correctly, but all right, so let's look at the specs and everything here. 6A Märzen overall impression: an elegant, malty German amber lager with a clean, rich, toasty, and bready malt flavor, restrained bitterness, and a dry finish that encourages another drink. The overall malt impression is soft, elegant, and complex with a rich aftertaste that is never cloying or heavy. They like to use the word elegant a lot in this description, as we'll see. So, as we mentioned back on 4B, there's a difference between the fest beer and the Märzen. If you look at the comments and history on here, modern domestic German Oktoberfest versions are golden. See the fest beer style for this version. Export German versions to the United States, at least, are typically orange amber in color and have a distinctive toasty malt character and are most often labeled Oktoberfest beer. American craft versions of Oktoberfest are generally based on this style, and most Americans will recognize this beer as Oktoberfest. So this is kind of long. History, as the name suggests, brewed in March. And then it says, right at the bottom of the history there, it says, a tradition that lasted until 1990 when the Golden Fest beer was adopted as a standard festival beer. So, dark copper lagers like this used to be the norm until 1990. So the characteristic ingredients, grist varies, although traditional German versions emphasize Munich malt. The notion of elegance, again, elegant, is derived from the finest quality ingredients, particularly the base malts. A decoction mash was traditionally used to develop the rich malt profile. If you don't know what decoction means, look that up. You need to know that for the BJCP exam. Some of those books up there will explain it really well. Style comparison, not as rich and strong as a Dinkelsbach, which we haven't got to yet. More malt depth and richness than a fest beer with a heavier body and slightly less hops. Less hoppy and equally malty as a Czech amber lager. Look at the vitals, 18 to 24 IBUs, 8 to 17 SRM, so it's quite dark for a lager. 5.8 to 6.3 ABV, so it's pretty strong, although this one's actually only 5.7. So let's go pour this, and we'll come back and start reviewing it. All right, so I've got the Dinkelacker in the nice Spiegel glass here. Let's give it a smell. Very, very malty, not especially sweet, just malty, like that real German Munich malt. So it's got a very kind of bready aroma going to it. I mean, it's certainly like a dark, like whole wheat kind of bread. Slightly toasty, not nutty, but yeah. I mean, so it's just kind of bready. I mean, there's no wheat in it, obviously, but just so it smells like the Maillard products. And if you don't know what that is, again, read How to Brew or Charlie Papazian's book. Learn all about that. So it's probably decoction mash, probably, and it tends to bring out that aroma and flavor, which we'll get to later. So yeah, to me, it's just like all malt, and it's certainly indicating sweetness, but it's not like a liquid candy bar or anything like that. Like there's a difference between maltiness and sweetness, and this is plenty malty, but it's not especially sweet. I don't smell any alcohol. I mean, it's not that strong. It's only 5.7 hops. I mean, maybe a faint little earthy kind of floral thing there, but I mean, it's nothing about this really indicates it's going to be a hoppy beer. It's definitely not. Unlike all the other German lagers we've done, no spicy hop thing here at all. And clean fermentation, not getting any diacetyl aldehyde or anything like that. All right, so let's check the specs. Aroma: moderate intensity aroma of German malt, typically rich, bready, somewhat toasty, and light bread crust notes. Yeah, it was right there on that one. Clean lager fermentation character, true. No hop aroma, maybe like a little bit, but caramel, dry biscuity, or roasted malt aroma is inappropriate. Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, just like a kind of a hint of caramel, like that it's gonna be there, but it doesn't. Like Sam Adams Oktoberfest smells like caramel. This one does not. Very light alcohol might be detected, which should never be sharp. There's no alcohol in here. Clean, elegant, again, elegant. Take a drink every time they say elegant. Clean, elegant malt richness should be the primary aroma. I agree with that. So, I mean, it's right there for pretty much everything. I mean, there's a little bit more hops than they said. I'm surprised it says no hop aroma. Like, it doesn't say light hop aroma. Yeah, so for aroma, I'm going to go 10, maybe 9. You know, I think I'll go 9. Maybe we'll come back on that one. I'm not entirely sure on that. Appearance, you know, nice copper, almost kind of like a brown color. I don't know how this is looking on camera. I don't have my sunlight to go by, so I have to go by the lamp right there. Wow, it's very, very clear. Let's check the SRM on here. Well, it's darker than a 9, so it's yeah, I'd say it's about 13 to 17 SRM. Had about 2 finger head on when I poured it, and it's sticking around, so that's probably gonna last the whole time. Let's check the specs on appearance. Amber orange to deep reddish copper color. Yeah, I'd say it's coppery brown. Should not be golden. True. Bright clarity. True. With persistent off-white foam stand. True. All right, so you're getting the full 3 out of 3 on appearance there. Dinkelacker. For flavor, here we go. Roast. Wow. I reviewed this beer 3 years ago, and I didn't remember it being anything special. But now that I'm having it and doing it to spec, wow! I mean, they kept using the word elegant in the specs there. Yeah, I would definitely call that elegant. It's very malty, and it tastes much sweeter than the aroma was indicating. So I mean, again, just like what I said with the aroma, it's like very bready, slightly toasty. You get a little bit. I'm having like a kind of like a caramel kind of toffee flavor in the aftertaste, but it's not. I'm not really getting like confectionery flavors while it's in the mouth. Yeah, so it's kind of like a bready, malty thing up front. At the apex, I'm getting like just like kind of a mild, dry kind of bitterness. You know, quite low bitterness. There's like, you know, like I said with the aroma, just slight earthy or floral hops on there. It is definitely not spicy hops. And it finishes like with a really sweet finish, and there is kind of like a sweet, you know, slight sweet malty aftertaste. It's actually really it's really good. I don't remember this beer being this good. Let's check the specs. Flavor: initial malt flavor often suggests sweetness, but finish is moderately dry to dry. Okay, kind of backwards there. Distinctive and complex maltiness often includes a bready, toasty aspect. Yeah, I would say it's straight bready. Very, very faint toasty, and certainly nothing roasty at all on here. Hop bitterness is moderate, and the hop flavor is low to none. German types: complex, floral, herbal, or spicy. Yeah, I would say low, moderately low bitterness. Hop flavor low to none. Yeah, very low. You know, floral, herbal, floral. When they say herbal, I probably mean earthy. Hops provide sufficient balance that the malty palate and finish do not seem sweet. Oh, okay, so that's it's a little wrong there because I said it had a very sweet finish. The aftertaste is malty with the same elegant, rich malt flavors lingering. Okay, all right, so that seems contradictory. It says hops provide sufficient balance that the malty palate and the finish do not seem sweet, but then in the very next sentence, it says the aftertaste, which is another word for finish, is malty with the same elegant, rich malt flavors lingering. So, what is it, BJCP? I don't know. Who wrote this, man? Noticeable caramel, biscuit, and roasted flavors are inappropriate. I mean, there's definitely... I don't get biscuit or roasted, but caramel? Yeah, there's a caramel taste in the aftertaste. Clean lager fermentation profile? True. No diacetyl, nothing like that. I'm going to say 16... which seems a little low. I mean, they say caramel is inappropriate, but I definitely get a little bit of caramel. Let's check the mouthfeel. Probably medium body, medium carbonation, very smooth. I would not call it refreshing, but it's really easy to drink. No alcohol flavor, no alcohol warmth. You know, so really highly drinkable and comfortable. All right, specs. Mouthfeel: medium body with a smooth, creamy texture that often suggests a fuller mouthfeel. Medium carbonation, right there. Fully attenuated without a sweet or cloying impression. I mean, it's definitely not cloying. It just has like a hint of sweetness going there. Maybe slightly warming, but the strength should be relatively hidden. True. Well, you know, I'll say 4 because they keep harping on how it should not be sweet. And I mean, there's a little bit of sweetness, but Overall impression, I think I'm gonna go 9. It's, you know, it's right there for the specs for the most part. I really like this beer. Nice lacing too, so definitely a 3 on appearance. To me, it seems to be pretty well exemplifying the style guidelines. Although I do think the style guidelines are kind of poorly written, but yeah. So I'm gonna go 9 out of 10 for overall. That it comes up to a total score of 41 out of 50, which would be a 9 out of 10 on my scale. So there you go, 9 out of 10, 41 out of 50 for Dinkelacker. For my own personal rating, it's about an 8. It's an underrated Oktoberfest beer, I will say that. So, you know, don't sleep on this one. If you see it, check it out. All right, so I guess that about wraps it up for this beer. Thanks for watching. I will see you guys around. Prost.
Somebody brewed it, Chad just reviewed it. Thanks for watching Chad's beer review. Trust me, the next episode will be a lot better.